Hey crew, this is your host Des, and you're tuning into DY Sensei. Now, on this podcast, we just want to keep you healthy and happy. Now, it's nearly Valentine's Day, that time for romantic lovers to celebrate and show how much they love each other. And, for those of us who are lonesome people, it's a time for us to cry into our pillows. Now, I'm joking. Regardless if you're in a relationship or not, it's always a great time to celebrate by treating yourself and your loved ones. Now, I just want to welcome back those who have been with us before and all of our new guests. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of Valentine's Day. I get it. It's great for the economy. You've got expensive chocolates and flowers. Like, look at roses. They can go up to $30 plus. Man, but, well, at least you know that helps run the economy during this time of the year. And, well, during this time of the year, it gives young people a chance to ask their crush to go out with them. If you're that masculine and unexpressive husband, it's a time for you to buy flowers and chocolate for your wife who's been pretty pissed off with you and feeling unappreciated for the last year. Anyways, for a lot of people out there, it might be difficult to get together with a person that you've got a crush on. Or maybe you're just trying to meet new people and you find it really hard to connect with them. I'm talking about some of the young men out there. You know who you are. Now, of course, we don't got the 3 6s maybe, like the 6 feet, the 6 inches, the 6-digit income. But there's a lot of us who are also anxious about approaching people we like. And, I get how tough it can be. You see, I had a friend, we'll call him Zach, who used to be a very shy guy. And he found it really hard to connect with people and found himself always sweating bullets when he got introduced to somebody new. And when it came to his love life, it wasn't really much difference. It was a pretty sad thing. He was so anxious around the girls he found attractive, he scared them off. Now, it's understandable, of course, like Zach, he was a guy who's faced many rejections before, and he's just really afraid of being rejected again. Over time, though, I did see a great change in him. He was able to really overcome that anxiety of his. And he was able to be around attractive women and people, all kinds of people. Not only did he overcome his anxiety, he was actually good with them. When I asked him, like, dude, what happened? Did you get rejected too much? And did that help help you numb you to the pain and anxiety? But no, he came into interactions with a different mindset. One that helped him with everybody, even those big scary bosses and superiors at his workplace. He began to see people like they're his closest friends. He didn't go in with some hidden motive like some supervillain. For the girls he chatted up with, he wasn't thinking about getting into their pants, or with his supervisors at work, he wasn't just trying to go to them with a problem or for work. No, what he really wanted was to get to know them as a person. He was treating them in a way like they were equal human beings. He imagined his closest friends and really projected that close friend of his onto his bosses and crushes. They weren't above or below him. There wasn't that power dynamic where they could reject him and he'd feel fear and devastation. No, he's not going to try to one-up them and sound like a narcissist. Instead, he was actually relaxed and could be his true self. He believed that these people liked him already before they even started jiving together. And let's be honest, how could you be self-conscious and afraid of rejection when you're already believing that they like you? And that's the mindset that helped him start with the right and good energy that made the girls and people like him. He was able to be the first to initiate the, hey, how's it going? I'm so glad to see you. With that big bear hugs and the big high fives. That's the sort of energy that we all want from a good friend, right? And that's the thing too. When you start to project that best friend of yours, that closest friend that you're most comfortable with, onto other people, you're not self-conscious about yourself. You're not afraid of how you look or how you're portraying yourself. You already know they like you. And you're ready to just, relax and be there with them, enjoy that moment. Now, the last bit that Zach told me was that he genuinely listened to the girls and people. He's genuinely interested in them. And he wanted to know more about them and what their thoughts were about things. That's the great thing about liking people and thinking of them as your equal. You're not trying to impress them and talk their head off. There's those times you'll be, of course, talking, but you're gonna be asking about their life and opinions instead. You show a real, genuine interest in them, and they feel heard, they feel appreciated, and they'll like you because of that. Now, if there's anything common about all people, is that people love talking about themselves. So, let them impress you instead of trying to impress them, and they'll love you for it. Of course, right? When you're doing this, make sure you're not doing it because it's a technique. You're going to get them to like you, but really value them. Be the person who really wants to listen in, understand them, hear their story, know how their week's been going. Yeah. And, well, these are tips not just great with people you're trying to hook up with. They're great tips in helping you connect with all sorts of people, even with family that's your distance with. And because of how well Zach connects with people now, he's also become the public face for his company, forming external relationships with business partners. If that's the type of person you want to be, these are things that you'll need to remember. If you want to attract people and have quick charisma, imagine that person's your closest friend and project that onto that other person. It'll make you more genuine and fun. You'll be jiving with them already. And, of course, believe that the other person already likes you. And finally, really take the time to listen to the other person. Let them be the one to impress you instead of trying to be the one to impress them. Now, whoever it is you're after this Valentine's Day, whether it's your crush, your current partner, or maybe some friends or family you're trying to reconnect with, you're ready to go out there and make them love you. Relationships are always a beautiful thing, even when they're tough and tricky to deal with. That's part of what makes life in relationships fun and amazing. And let's be honest, with this podcast, part of keeping you healthy and happy is also maintaining and building good relationships. If you've liked this episode and you're ready to learn more about healthy, happy relationships, make sure you're tuning in to this month's future episodes. We'll be sharing more tips on relationships for this month, because it's the month of love. If you liked this episode and found it helpful, make sure you're tuning in every Tuesday morning. Throw me a comment, give it a like if you're on YouTube, and follow or subscribe to the podcast. But most of all, share it with somebody you love. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I really appreciate you listening to the end. Now, if you want to contact me or appear on the podcast, you can contact me at DY Sensei at dysstudios.com. That's DY Sensei at dysstudios.com. With that said, class dismissed.